Dr. Davish Jain completed his MPhil, PhD, DSc and DLit, all postgraduate degrees, through the Zoroastrian College, before going on in his distinguished career to become founder-chancellor of Prestige University. Dr. Davish Jain is the chairman, Prestige University Education Foundation, Chancellor, Prestige University, Indore, the president, Prestige Group of Industries chairman, the Soybean Processors Association of India, the ex-national president, the Center for Education, Growth and Research, New Delhi. Dr. Davish Jain, president of the Prestige Group of Industries, is a dynamic and forward-looking industrialist who has inherited the vision and foresight of his illustrious father, Dr. Nemnath Jain, Padma Shri awardee. He is also the recipient of the award Chairman of the Year 2023 Education during Leaders Awards 2023 conference with partners ET Now Swadesh, the CEO magazine, the CEO Today, and has won the title Visionary Educationist of Central India by News 18 MPCG. This award was conferred upon him by the Minister of Higher Education of Madhya Pradesh, the Honorable and a great thinker, an educationist par excellence and a social motivator. Dr. Davish Jain is also the chairman of the Prestige Education Foundation and chancellor of the recently founded 5,000 crore Prestige University in Madhya Pradesh. Over to Dr. Jain.
Respected dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow advocates for gender equality. It is indeed an honor to address this esteemed gathering at the 68th session of Commission on Status of Women. Our theme, accelerating the achievements of gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls, resonates deeply with the global commitment to create a more just and equitable world. Before I begin, I would like to quote Swami Vivekananda, who once said, "The best thermometer to the progress of a nation is the treatment of its women. There is no chance for the welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved." I believe that his quote holds relevance not only for today but for every era. The status of women has been a grave topic for many years in the past. It encompasses various important issues of girl and women education, maternal health, economic empowerment of females, and the role of women in family, community, politics, and more. Let's try to see what is the real picture. Throughout the world, various social norms in some form or another deny women their right to education, health services, economic opportunities, and political participation. This gender inequality hinders the progress of the environmental sustainability, financial stability, global health, and human rights, and is the primary cause of hunger and poverty. According to a study conducted by the United Nations, women constitute more than two-thirds of the world's illiterate population. Another piece of research shows that 80% of the world's refugees are women. Also, women only own 1% of the world's resources and earn a small part of 1/10 of the world's income. The place of women in society is a critical factor in judging the success of any civilization. Talking about India's culture, Manu, the great lawgiver, said, "Where women are honored, there resides the gods." The Constitution of India clearly states that women have equal rights with men and are legal citizens of the country. Despite this, a majority of them suffer from poor health and malnutrition. If the women even think of themselves first in any manner, maybe academically or financially, society makes them feel guilty about it. Earlier, the majority of women were uneducated. Now many of them have an education, but most of it is not adequate. We have not made much difference, have we? As far as India is concerned, more than half of our country's population resides in villages. The majority of these women living in villages do not avail medical care during health problems or pregnancy because they have been led to believe that this is temporary condition not requiring any medical treatment. The dowry custom, which is fortunately coming to an end now, was the conventional thinking, and therefore girl child was thought to be a burden. No good can come out of a girl being born. Even though our constitution firmly guarantees for free primary schooling to everyone up to 14 years of age, the only 39% of females in India attend primary schools. In the past 4 decades, women's status in Western countries has undergone dramatic and remarkable changes. Since the days of World War II, the changes have occurred both at home and in the workplace. Having a look at the Indian take, the role of women in shaping modern India has been phenomenal. The Indian subcontinent, it has emerged as a powerful nation since women began playing notable roles in the development of this land, its culture and economy. The tradition in the status of women in India from the past to the present is worth appreciating. Women are now considered to be the forces that develop a country. They are capable of striking a perfect balance between their household and professional lives. The future of Indian women is bright and flourishing. The society is opening all the doors for them to progress and succeed, realizing their true potential. They are conquering every field, be it science, technology, research, defense, political space, literature, or the arts. Indian women have adorned high offices and respectable posts like that of the current President of India, Her Excellency Madam Draupadi Murmu, the first tribal woman holding the highest constitutional position in India, India's Finance Minister, Honorable Madam Nirmala Sitharaman, who, through her immense economic wisdom, has proved that Indian women can not only manage homes but also the finances of a huge country like India. Former President Mrs. Pratibha Patil, the Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi, current Speaker of Lok Sabha Mrs. Meera Kumar, Mrs. Sumitra Mahajan, first women IAS Isha Basanti Joshi, the first women IAS Kiran Bedi, and the list long of many others. The future of women is full of success in every field they pursue. They have numerous golden opportunities, starting from the school level to professional careers. Women are being boosted to do better in the areas of interest by their family members, especially after their marriage. There is a concerted effort, again, by the men to bring parity between genders. Let us begin to acknowledging the progress made globally in the recent past. India's collective and unwavering dedication to championing gender equality and empowering all women and girls has now secured a firm place within the G20 New Delhi Leaders Declaration 2023. In a historic achievement for gender and women-led development, the G20 New Delhi Leaders Declaration 2023 focuses on enhancing economic and social empowerment, bridging the gender digital divide, driving gender inclusive climate action, and securing women food security, nutrition, and well-being. Most importantly, the leaders of the G20 agreed to creation of a working group on the empowerment of women to support the G20 Women's Ministerial, which will convene its first meeting during the Brazilian G20 presidency. The focus has shifted from women's development to women-led development, emphasizing economic and social empowerment, bridging the gender digital divide, driving gender inclusive climate action, and securing women's food security, nutrition, and well being. Recently, in the 54th annual meeting of the World's Economic Summit held at Davos in January this year, India successfully set up a global alliance for global good, gender equality, and equity to push empowerment and gender equality. Political representation, let's talk about by reserving one third of the parliamentary seats for women. India shattered gender barriers, and promoted a more inclusive and equitable democracy. This bold move signifies a giant leap forward, achieving gender parity and fostering women's leadership in decision-making process. After centuries of injustice, a woman can be her true self. Gender stereotypes no longer have a place in this age of individuality. However, challenges persist. I would like to now talk about education, progress with room for growth. While the primary education gender gap has closed globally, disparities persist in secondary and higher education, particularly with fields like STEM. In India, the female literacy rate has risen to 77.7%, yet lags behind the male rate of 87.7%. Initiatives like the Right to Education Act in India strive to bridge this gap, but ingrained social norms and limited access to quality education in rural areas remain hurdles. So, about political participation, India figures 15.3% reflects the stark reality of limited opportunities for women in political leadership, while quotas and reserved seats in local bodies like panchayats have shown some success, dismantling deeply entrenched patriarchal structures and promoting women's political aspirations within their communities is crucial for systematic change. The scenario of labor force in is equally important. Despite reaching 49.6% globally, women labor force participation faces significant challenges. The gender pay gap, averaging 23% worldwide, translates to lost wages and economic disadvantages for women. In India, the rate of 23% highlights the need for targeted interventions like equal pay legislation and dismantling the discriminatory hiring practices. Addressing these issues require comprehensive reforms along with promoting skill development and encouraging entrepreneurship among women. Healthcare, let's now talk about, which is a matter of life and equity. While maternal mortality rates have declined globally, access to quality healthcare remains unequal. India's rate of 178 deaths per 100,000 live births stands in stark contrast to developed nations. Investing in robust healthcare infrastructure, increasing female healthcare providers, and tackling issues like malnutrition and early marriage are crucial steps towards ensuring the health and well-being of women and girls. Soybean offers a powerhouse of nutrients crucial for women health, including protein, fiber, and essential vitamins and minerals. They play a vital role in promoting health for heart by lowering cholesterol levels and reducing the risk of heart disease, particularly significant for women. Phytoestrogens found in soybeans provide relief for menopausal symptoms and contribute to the bone health, combating conditions like osteoporosis. Additionally, soybeans may help lower the risk of breast cancer. Their low saturated fat content aids in weight management by promoting satiety. I would like to talk about some 8 of our initiatives by the Prestige Group of Institutions. The Prestige Group of Institutions, in its commitment to the gender equality and women empowerment, has launched several initiatives to foster a more inclusive society. Recognizing that education is the cornerstone of empowerment, the Prestige Group has implemented progress to provide quality education to girls, especially in STEM fields. In conclusion, let us draw inspiration from the words of Malala Yousafzai. We cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. Together, let us accelerate gender equality, empower women, and create a world where every girl can dream without limits. Thank you, and may our collective efforts lead to a brighter, more equitable future for all. Jai Hind. Namaskar.